Good afternoon. Nice to be here with you all once again. Who have we got? We've got Ceci here from Canada. Hello, Ceci. You must be staying up nice and late to come and spend half an hour with me, which is lovely. Thanks, Ceci. Sitting here with a dog demanding my attention, but I'm here. That's great. That is like hardcore. You've got to be here for my live, so that's fantastic. So hello over on Instagram. Hello to you guys as well. Please do say hello to me, so I know I'm not speaking to myself. Hi, Caro. Nice to have you here too. Now, I look a little bit disheveled because I've just had one of those moments that wasn't supposed to happen. This is how professional I am. I am going to show you a Christmas height trick today. And I'd got some mince pies saved for me to go through with you today to kind of show you with my mince pies. I lovingly brought my mince pies into the studio, opened the packet. There were 3 left. My husband has eaten the mince pies. So this was at 20 to 12. And obviously I go live at 12. I've literally just got in my car, bombed down to Tesco's Express, bought myself a couple of boxes of mince pies and ready to go. And there's no learning for my husband here now, is there? Because all he'll see is that there's double the amount of mince pies now. So he's done well, me not so much. Moral of the story, keep things in the studio, keep it locked, like loads of locks, like and don't let him anywhere near the mince pies. Hello to everyone else that's just come in. We have got Ansuya, just a girl. I'm not sure who you are, but you're just a girl. Debbie, Susan, and Gibblefloop. I never get that name right. Okay, so today I have got a wonderful treat for you, and then my mince pie, my super new mince pie trick to show you as well, top tip. So to start with, my treat for you today is that I am going to be in person in Hammersmith in January. I am going to be in the Novotel, working with the Society of Photographers, and I have been booked by them to do 2 classes for them where people are invited to come along. And the 2 classes that I'm doing one class on the 14th of January. It's an hour and a half masterclass of how to build a set from scratch. And we do it step by step, bite by bite, all the way through. But the one I really want to talk to you about, which is really limited numbers, is on the 15th of January. I am doing a 4-hour workshop, 4 hours, if I can count that far, 4 hours, of building the set, but not just one set. We're going to be building multiple sets together, right from the backdrop through to the end. And I'm going to be with you, helping you build these sets. So if you get a bit stuck building your sets, or you're not quite sure what you're supposed to be doing compositionally, styling, looking at the food, this is going to be perfect for you. There are only 10 spots on this 4-hour hands-on workshop, but the good news is it's really, really, really good pricing for it, because that wasn't very good grammar, was it? Because it's not my event. They're booking out the whole place for 4 days. They get a super, super cheap rate so that they can then offer that to you. So if you want to come along to the trade show itself is free. If you want to come across and listen to one of the masterclasses, you can buy a masterclass ticket for a day, and you can pop in and out of all the masterclasses that you want to watch on that day. I believe the masterclasses are £90 to have for a day. So if there's a few people that you want to see on the same day, that's £90. The exclusive superclass is the 4 hours. You have to book this one in advance, and when it's booked up, it's booked up. You can't bribe me with cake. It's not my event. You need to book all this through the societies. And the super classes for the 4 hours are £190. Like, I could never put on a 4-hour super class like this for that price, because I just couldn't get the room cheap enough to do it. But because theirs is a big event, they can do this really cheaply. And if you are a society's member or decide to join the societies, which is not much money at all, you will get an additional 20% off. So it brings your ticket to come and spend 4 hours with me down to £152. So winner, winner, chicken dinner. So that is on the 14th and 15th of January at the Novotel in Hammersmith in London. I will be there in person for the small super class to work alongside you, or you can come and listen to the masterclass talk. But the super class is the one that I'm telling the people in my world about now before they start promoting it more publicly. There are 10 spaces. I would love to have some of you guys with me, as it's really reasonably priced. And again, as mentioned, something I can't do myself at that price, because I wouldn't get the same rates for it. So book it up, come and stay with me. We'll have a cup of tea, and then we'll have something stronger in the evening. Right, let me see what has been said. Hide everything about the mince pies. Oh, Susan, you're booked onto it already. Brilliant. Oh, I'm so pleased we get to see each other in person again. That'll be brilliant to have you there. And obviously we'll be having cups of tea and something stronger as well. So yeah, it'll be lovely to have you there. Anyone else that wants to join, please do. I would love to have you there. Because this is not my event, I don't get to see when you've joined. So if you do join up, send me a message to say, hey, I've joined up, I'm going to come and see you in January. And it just gives me an idea and gets me excited before then. There we go. So that is my treat today. It is very limited. I don't mean that to say like salesy by now. It just is something that they only release a few people to go to it. And I have no control over the bookings. You can still try and bribe me with cake and a bit of beer, but I don't have any influence over it. So that is my little treat for today. Now the tip that I'm going to go through with you is about the Christmas high. And as you've already heard, it is going to be about mince pies. So I'm going to move over, especially for those of you watching on Instagram, as there's not much room in the shot, and I'm going to put me in the shot. Sorry, I'm going to put the plate in the shot instead. Okay, just going to move you forward. Might get a bit jittery. Whoa, there we go. Okay, so this is what we've got today. And we are going to be talking about mince pies, and not just mince pies. These are Mr. Kipling's mince pies. And when we start to photograph our Christmas stuff or anything in general, we do struggle with making our food look a little bit flat. And when we buy a mince pie, they're pretty measly, aren't they? There's not much to them. They're not that big. They're not very tall. And we've got to make them look good on that plate. So there are a few things that we're going to talk through to get to the point where it looks better than this. And as a lot of you that are in my world already know, I critique a lot of photos, and building height and thinking about the way to do things is quite difficult, and it will make such a difference to your photos when you can get this right. So the first thing that I am going to say to you is we're going to start with a blank canvas. We've got our blank canvas here. And the first thing we're not going to do, we're not going to put our plate down and plonk our mince pie on it. That's a no-no. That's the first thing we're not going to do. I know. What we're going to now do is we are going to build some texture and add some interest into our set before we get to the food. And this is really important because this is what gives your whole scene warmth, texture, emotion, dialogue. These are all the things that we want to be having a look at. So I'm going to put a few things in here that have nothing to do with the mince pies, but actually help us with the shot itself. So I'm just going to put in there a nice mat. I'm just going to move that around a bit because I think I'm a bit wonky on Instagram. Just bear with me a minute. I know I'm just not very central. So I'm going to put a mat in the middle. So I've now got a backdrop and I've now got a mat. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use this velvet placemat, and I'm just going to halve it. And I'm just going to put it across like that. We're not necessarily going to see the back. I'm dressing this more for the front, but if I get really OCD, I might need to start looking at that. The next thing I'm going to do is, instead of just putting my plate on there, it still looks really, really flat. So there are a couple of things that you can do here. You can get loads and loads of cake stands, which take loads of space. They're quite expensive. And are you really going to get one in every colour for every eventuality? Or we can turn our plate into a cake stand. So we can go with different heights. We can use pinch bowls and we can put it onto the plate and decide where we want it to go. So that's a little bit low for me. I don't want to use that one. You can do it with all colours, all shapes, all sizes, everything you want to do. That's a better size for me, but it's not a great colour. This one here is massive. Let's put that massive cup on there. And we can now see that that one is better. It's just looking a bit chunky. It's not really what I want to use. So what I'm going to put there instead is a carefully selected cup. And what I've already done on here is I've put some blue tack on this ready, because this is quite a big plate and I want to ensure that this stays in place. So I'm just going to stick that onto there. Move the handle round to the back. And now I've got the perfect size cake stand that I want to start building my set on. So when we've just got a plate, you can do this with any cup, anything. Caro's mentioning candlestick holders, anything you've got, a pinch bowl, anything that raises it up that makes it look like a cake stand. This stops you having to buy loads and loads of different cake stands, and you've got to store them, everything else, yada, yada, yada. So we've now got this in place. So we can just put our mince pie on there. Now, obviously, as we can see, our mince pie is small, our plate is big. So you can use smaller plates with your cups, and smaller cups, espresso cups, go with smaller plates. So you can decide how you're going to build that height with what you're going to put in there. And when we start to put our mince pies in, and we're thinking about the emotion and what we want to do with this beautiful mince pie, having it in its foil doesn't really make it feel like home cooked and that you're just going to quickly nick a mince pie that's been left cooling. So the first thing we want to do with these mince pies is we want to take it out of its foil, and then we can put it onto the plate. Now what we want to do is we want to build some height and add in lots of other mince pies. So if you've got any that have been looking a bit dodgy, I think someone's had a bite out of that one. Look at that. I mean, honestly, you get that out the packet, there was 3 left. That looks like someone's had a little nibble out of that one. That one needs to go at the back because it doesn't look good. That's got something odd on it, so that needs to go at the back. And then what we need to start doing is building up our mince pies. I'm dropping them now. And this is down to you of what height and how far you want to take it with your mince pies. Obviously, everyone at this time of year likes to make everything look like a Christmas tree. So mine's going as high as a Christmas tree with some tinsel on it. I've got a big gap there, so I'm just going to put one behind it. And it might be I have one there. Now, some of my mince pies, I'm just going to bring you in towards them. Some of my mince pies are not sitting very well. At the back of them, if you can see here, they are leaning backwards. So I'm just going to get some little cosmetic wedges here. And I'm just going to sit them behind them so that they bring the mince pies forward, so that when I'm building that height, they sit up a little bit better. So you can't see it, but now, if you can see right in there, you can now start to see the snowflakes on the top of the mince pies. We just do the same on the other side. It just tilts everything forward a little bit more for me. And it just gives me what it is that I'm looking to get out of my stack of mince pies. Now, I could keep going and arranging these. I won't do that now, but my OCD with my food photography is pretty bad. I've got something really wobbly there and it's bugging me. It's that one. No, stop looking at it. Stop looking. So this is how we then build that height. Now, we can still go a little bit further on what else we do to add height and add things into this. We can still put another little cloth down here. Because we've built the height with making ourselves a cake stand, we've then got the option to put in a few little baubles round here. It might be here that we want to put in a couple of forks. So now, instead of just having that flat plate with the mince pies on them, we've now built up this whole scene of what we're looking to happen with the mince pies. Once you start to build that height, what you've got to think about is your camera or phone, and that you can now take the photo upright instead of landscape. And one other thing to add even more height to your image is, once you've got all this in place, you can add a little bit more height by just having a little sprinkle over the top and showing that as well. So you can decide how much height you want in this shot. It's entirely up to you. But we've started from just having a plate. I've got icing sugar everywhere now. We've started with just having a plate on its own and building it up to the point we can now shoot this way round. And let's just come in really close there. We can see how much we've done to the height and everything that we could then add. By putting something under the plate, it means then we can start to build up the story of what it is that we're wanting. And with food photography all the time, we are trying to create this story, this dialogue. What's happening? Where are we eating this food? Who's it from? It really does make a difference to what it is, rather than just trying to plonk something onto a plate and photograph it from there. So I hope that helps today, the Christmas height trick. And I am more than happy, if I can push this back, sorry, it's a bit wobbly, to answer any questions that anyone might have. So let me just come and see what is happening on Instagram and on YouTube. Love that homemade cake stand idea. Yeah, it works really well, Fo. And it does stop you having to buy lots of cake stands and store lots of cake stands, and and think about everything that you've got to do with the cake stands and getting the right thing. It's much easier finding the plates that you want and then building up the height on that plate. Good afternoon to Neil. Right, let me just have a look on Instagram. I've got Barry. Hello, Barry. Someone's at the front door. Sorry if you can hear that. You're welcome, Hannah. Well done. Do you do personal sessions? I certainly do personal sessions, and that was the offer last week on my VIPs. If you are not getting my emails, or you're not seeing all the offers I've done for Treatsember, just message me in the comments and I will send you a message just to get you onto the email list and to give you the list of all of the treats that we started with in Treatsember. So yeah, yep. Right, where are we now? I feel like I'm very, very close to you all here. Let me just come back a bit. Just going to see how many times I can just move around. Just keep them going. Okie dokie. You'd like to be part? Brilliant, no problem. I will send you a message afterwards. Any questions about today? Any questions about building height with your food? Any questions about coming to meet me in person at the London Food Photography Convention? Anything, ask away, ask away. Any tips on keeping your mince pies hidden from your husband so you've actually got them to use when you're trying to show other people? I mean, there's a lot of variables there. David, some great tips again, Emma, especially the cake stand. The cake stand is a winner, I think, today. But isn't it simple? You know, as human beings, we just overcomplicate everything and think that we must need 20 million different cake stands and how we're going to use them all and pay for them all and store them all. And actually, there is a simpler way. Right. Barry, you will learn a lot from Emma. She's a brilliant teacher. Thank you, Barry. That's really nice of you to say. So entirely up to you if you've got any other questions. That was it for today, just to let you know about meeting me in person in London in January. I would love it to go to, love the places to go to you guys. It should be in the link for Instagram and YouTube. It should show the link to go to the Society's page for you to go and have a read of the information. But again, if you're on my mailing list, all of this comes out to you anyway with all of the links. So please get yourself on your my mailing list. Please do subscribe on YouTube, follow me on Instagram, so that you get all the updates. Susan, you're really struggling with sprinklage. I've tried all the settings. We'll keep practicing. Yeah, okay. I mean, that's something that we can talk about in the group, Susan, if you're struggling with that, as you are in my academy. So we can talk about that at another point. But yeah, really happy to talk all sprinklage, all Christmas things, anything that's going. So if there are no more questions, I will leave you to it. Just seeing if there is anything else on Instagram, anything else on YouTube. I don't think so. Just in case there is, I will say to you now that we have two more treats left. Wednesday, 12 o'clock noon, I will be back. Same place, Instagram and YouTube. And next Monday is the very last one. All of these offers stay open until Christmas Day. You can still get these if there are still spaces available. These offers have all got a lot of money off, or they're very rare, and it's things that I don't offer very often. So please do fill your boots, fill your Santa bag, and you know, come and immerse yourself in my world. So you're the same. We can talk about it in the Food Photography Academy, talking about sprinkles. Okay, lovely. Just one double check, just in case I have missed anything. Oh, Kanzi, thank you. First time here, very informative, and I'll definitely be returning. Double thumbs up for you, Kanzi. Welcome to my world, and please stay. I'd like to say it's very professional, but as you've heard, my crops got et today and I had to go to the shop and buy some more stuff. So that's as professional as it gets. Okay, I've now started to so I am really going to go because I've got nothing left for you. Brilliant. Nice to see you. I hope I see you Wednesday, 12 o'clock noon, and next Monday. And then we've done the whole of Treatsember together. Take care, everyone. Speak to you soon. Bye.